Hello children. In the previous video, we have started with a new chapter, inverse trigonometric functions. Okay? In that, we have seen what was your principal value of an inverse trigonometric function. What it was? The value of an inverse trigonometric function which lies in the range of principal branch is called the principal value. Okay? Or we can say that a range that deals with your principal value branch of given inverse trigonometric function. This table is very important because if you don't remember this table, you won't be able to solve the problems. Okay? So how to remember is just have the combinations. Combination means your sine inverse, then your tan inverse and cosec inverse are in one group, while cos inverse, sec inverse and cot inverse are in the second group. Okay? So sine inverse, we can remember what will be the range of sine inverse. Yes, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay? Now, C for tan inverse. Tan inverse, it is always open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Why open? Because tan is not defined at 90. Okay? And hence, your tan inverse will be open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And cosec inverse, it will be what? Close interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus 0. Why minus 0 there? Because cosec is your 1 by sine and cosec is not defined at 0, and hence your range of cosec inverse will be close interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus 0. Is that clear? So sine inverse, tan inverse and cosec inverse in one group. Sine, tan, cosec. Okay. Now our second group is of cos inverse, sec inverse and cot inverse. So what is the range of cos inverse? Range of cos inverse is close interval 0 to pi. Okay. Then what was the reciprocal of cos? Reciprocal of cos was your sec. So C for sec, its range will be close interval 0 to pi minus pi by 2. Why minus pi by 2? Since sec is 1 by cos and sec is not defined at pi by 2. Clear? Then next is your cot. For cot, it is open interval 0 to pi. Why open interval there? Because cot again is not defined at what? At your 0 and pi. And hence, your cot inverse, its range will be lying in open interval 0 to pi. Is that clear? Now, these are the important factor. Now here, if no branch of an inverse trigonometric function is mentioned, we mean the principal value branch of that function. That means in problem if it is not mentioned, that is nothing but you have to consider your principal value branch itself. Okay? And this is the main mistake which is seen in your answer sheets. Your sine inverse x is not same as 1 by sine x, or it is not same as sine x raised to minus 1. Is that clear? Okay? And that is not for only sine inverse, it is true for all inverse trigonometric function. Then, if sine inverse of x is equal to y, then your x and y are the elements of domain and range. That means x is the element of domain and y is the element of your codomain. So x will be belonging to domain of sine inverse, that is close interval minus 1 to 1, and y belongs to your range of sine inverse, that is close interval minus pi by 2. Here it should be minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Is that clear? Okay. Now, and that is similar fact that will be appropriate for your other trigonometric functions. Okay. Now, again we have seen some properties. So, which and all it was? If y is sine inverse x, we write it as x as sine y. Now see, some of you you may have it as now here y is sine inverse x. That means I can take this sine to this side. So I'm writing sine y equal to x. Okay. Or if it is y equal to sine inverse x, if I take sine on both side, okay, operate sine on both side, will it be sine y equal to sine of sine inverse x? Okay, but what is sine of sine inverse x? That is nothing but x. So I'll get sine y equal to x. Okay, so both the way are correct. Either you apply sine on both sides or directly take a sine inverse to the other side. So both are the correct. And again, see the next it is what? A sine inverse of sine x is always equal to x. Okay. Then we have seen again sine inverse of 1 by x is cosec inverse x. Cos inverse of 1 by x is sec inverse x. Tan inverse of 1 by x is cot inverse x. And see again I have said that this 3 means we have the two groups, 3 in each group, cos inverse, cot inverse and sec inverse in one group, and sine inverse, cosec inverse and tan inverse in one group. So cos inverse of y minus x, it is what? Pi minus cos inverse x. Cot inverse of minus x, pi minus cot inverse x. Then sec inverse of minus x, pi minus sec inverse x. Clear? Similarly, sine inverse of minus x is what? Minus of sine inverse x. Tan inverse of minus x is minus tan inverse x. And cosec inverse of minus x is your minus of cosec inverse x. So we are going to see the problems on finding your principal value functions. Okay, it comes for 1 or 2 marks. So this should be clear in this video. Not a single question should be left out on this type. Okay. So before that, we know that this table, your sine 0 is 0, sine pi by 6 is 2, sine 45 is 1 by root 2, sine 60 is root 3 by 2, and sine 90 is here 1. Okay. That is same as I can write it as what? Sine inverse of 0 equal to what? 0. I have got sine 0 is 0. So I can take sine to this side. So it will be what? 0 is equal to sine inverse of 0. Similarly, I can write it as sine inverse of 1 by 2 is pi by 6. Sine inverse of 1 by root 2 is pi by 4. Sine inverse of root 3 by 2 is pi by 3. And sine inverse of 1 is equal to pi by 2. Hope this is clear. Okay. At which angle will you get sine as root 3 by 2? It is pi by 3. So sine inverse of root 3 by 2 is pi by 3. Is that clear? And here there won't be any changes because this all angles, yes, this all angles, they lie between what? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So whenever you have in the question this standard angles, standard values, directly you can write these values. Okay. So the first question is sine inverse of 1 by root 2. There are two methods you can do. One is the easiest one and the other one I'll be showing because in some books you may find that. Okay. So sine inverse of 1 by root 2. What you should do is, whatever it is given, let us assume that it is equal to y. So now can I take this sine inverse to this side? Yes. So it becomes what? Sine y, it will be equal to 1 by root 2. Now, at which angle will I get sine as 1 by root 2? It is nothing but it is sine pi by 4. So can I say that value of y is equal to pi by 4? Yes. And pi by 4, it is nothing but your element of closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And hence, your principal value of sine inverse 1 by root 2 is pi by 4. Or directly itself I can write this value as pi by 4. Okay. without these steps because it comes only for 1 mark. So no need to do this and all steps. Okay. Similarly for tan inverse minus 1. Can you tell tan inverse minus 1? Yes. Don't write it as directly here pi by 4 itself because here it is minus 1. Okay. So first I'll show by that first method. Just assume that it is equal to y. That means I will get tan y is equal to minus 1. Okay. Now at which angle my tan value is 1? Yes, it is tan pi by 4. So I'll be getting it as minus of tan pi by 4. Now do I have, if I want to equate this, I should have tan y equal to something tan of some angle. So whether do I have tan of minus theta is always what? Minus of tan theta. So can I make use of that property and can I write it as that is same as tan of minus pi by 4. So whether y will be equal to minus pi by 4? Yes. And that is the element of your principal value of tan inverse is what? Open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So whenever you will get the principal value, you have to check whether it is the element of that given range or not. Okay. So I'll be having that principal value, or the easiest way is tan inverse of minus 1 using the property tan inverse of minus theta. What do I have? It is minus of tan inverse of theta. So I wrote minus of tan inverse 1. But what is tan inverse 1? It is pi by 4. And so answer it will be minus pi by 4, which is the element of open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So minus pi by 4 is the principal value of tan inverse minus 1. Now in following questions we will be making use of this one because this will be easier to understand. Okay, instead of taking that let equal to that y and all. Okay, so first is your cot inverse of minus 1 by root 3. Yes, what is cot inverse of minus theta? Is it minus cot inverse theta? No. What it is? Pi minus cot inverse of theta. Okay. So I can make use of that and I can write it as pi minus cot inverse of 1 by root 3. Now at which angle your cot is 1 by root 3? At which angle you are going to get? Yes. Which angle it will be? It will be your pi by 3. Okay. So I'll be having it as what? It is pi minus cot inverse of 1 by root 3 is pi by 3. So answer I'll be getting as 2 pi by 3. Check whether it is in your range of this cot inverse. Cot inverse range is open interval 0 to pi. Okay. So 2 pi by 3, it is nothing but what? I'll be getting pi by 3 is 60. 16 to 2, 120. 120 it belongs to 0 to pi, open interval. And hence, this will be the principal value function of cot inverse of minus 1 by root 3. Now similarly, can you tell for cos inverse of minus 1 by root 2? What is cos of minus theta? It is pi minus cos inverse theta. So I'll be writing it as pi minus cos inverse of 1 by root 2. So at which angle your cos is 1 by root 2? Yes, it is at pi by 4. So I'll be having pi minus pi by 4. It is what? It will be nothing but 3 pi by 4. What was your range of cos inverse? It was close interval 0 to pi. Whether 3 pi by 4, it belongs to this? Yes. Okay. And hence, I'll be getting the answer it as 3 pi by 4. Its principal value will be 3 pi by 4. Clear? Okay. Now sometimes the question may be find the values of the following. Okay, that means you are nothing but finding the principal values. Now here cos inverse of 1 by 2 plus 2 times sine inverse of 1 by 2. Write it directly. Cos inverse of 1 by 2 is what? At which angle? Your cos inverse is 1 by 2. Yes, cos 60. Cos 60. 60 means it is what? Pi by 3. And sine inverse of 1 by 2. Sine, it is pi by 6. So instead of that, I'll be writing here just pi by 3 and 2 times pi by 6. So will I get it as 2 pi by 3? Okay, now here don't check whether it belongs to any range or not, because here we are writing the perfect answers. This pi by 3, it is the element of your range set of cos inverse. This pi by 6 is the element of your sine inverse x. So then don't bother whether the last answer what will be the range. Okay, we have to just think for this step. Is that clear? Whenever you have something simplification. Next one, tan inverse of root 3 minus sec inverse of minus 2. Now tan inverse of root 3 is what? At which angle your tan is root 3? Yes, it is what? Tan 60. So whether is it my pi by 3? Yes, minus. Here it is my sec inverse of minus 2. I should have that angle positive. What is sec inverse of minus theta? It is pi minus sec inverse of 2. Okay. Now what is sec inverse 2? At which angle my sec is 2? It is again what? Pi by 3. So is it pi by 3 minus pi by 3 I will get here. Okay. So the last answer, it will be what? Minus pi by 3. So this is the principal value function of this question. Is that clear? Okay. Next is tan inverse of tan 9 pi by 8. Now since we had tan inverse of tan x equal to x, don't write directly this answer as 9 pi by 2. 9 pi by 8. Okay, since tan inverse of this is the value of your x, right? So whether you have to check this angle 9 pi by 8 is the element of your range set or not of tan inverse. Okay, so whether 9 pi by 8 it belongs to open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2? No. So I have to modify this angle. I can write 9 pi by 8 as what? Last year we have seen. Yes. May I write it as, you remember, it is what? All sine, tan, cos. Yes. May I write 9 pi by 8 as pi plus pi by 8? Whether pi by 8 it belongs to this interval? Yes. So can I write it as pi plus pi by 8? Pi plus pi by tan pi plus pi by 8 is what? Pi plus pi by 8 in which quadrant? Third. It is positive. So will I get tan theta itself? Yes. So instead of 9 pi by 8, I can write it as tan of pi plus pi by 8. And hence, I'll be getting tan pi by 8. And now I can cancel this tan inverse and tan, and I can write it as pi by 8. Is that clear? Since pi by 8 is the element of this interval. Hope this is clear. Okay. Now, sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3. Don't write directly 2 pi by 3 since 2 pi by 3 is not the element of closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. So what should I do? I have to write this angle in the other form. How can I write 2 pi by 3. Should I write pi plus pi by 3? No, because it will be then 4 pi by 3. So it should be what? Pi minus pi by 3. Pi minus pi by 3 in which quadrant? It will be in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, what is positive? All sine and cosec are positive. So whether this I can write? Yes. So I can write it as sine of pi minus pi by 3. Now this you can cancel, okay, because sine of pi minus pi by 3 is pi by 3 and pi by 3 is the element of closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this will be the principal value function of given thing, okay. So hope this part is very clear to you, okay, principal value functions. If there is a doubt, you can clear it, okay. Thank you.